ki khubor ka Batesi TV. Lawan Rashapi ta ka Frank Motors. Ka Tata Safari ka SUV ka bapaw tam jong ka India minta kalami ha ka jinglong batmai ringkat bat khatsan teligi features baningkong e ha ka segment. La play ye ki booking but ya ki jing tip bakham bnia one shaka Frank Motors light ko ringi lani phone hau number hinyo not sausan ar not hinyo khanda hinyo lai.
Ki laingut ki wildlife scientist katau Arpit Dio Murari, Steve Badugorov Kataria, ki lalap kumbashis pa arpo Jait kisim, ki bakham Pher haki thain Sohra. Ki laong bakini kisim, ki bakham Pher, ki day, ki bajulap ha Sohra, mau plang bat thai mau kodok. U Director Jong ka Meghalaya Tourism Development Corporation uba Alan Was, ulaong baki dang le mentai survey khnang baka jingdon jong kisim, ki ba Pher kan yarap ban kentiu yakakam jungok kai ha ka jilla.
They've spent 3 days in Sohra and I met them just now. And the good thing is that they have informed me that they have recorded not less than 130 species in 2 days. So just in 1 or 2 places. So most of you have not known also that in Meghalaya there is a bird that is endemic just in East Khasis. I think it's called the red-breasted red babler. It's endemic only to East Khasis. It's found nowhere else in the world. And fortunately, one of them they managed to get a photograph of the bird in Sohra.
We three of us started from Delhi to explore some destinations in Northeast, which are least known. Well, there are many destinations which are very, very big. But Meghalaya especially, like people know only certain part of Meghalaya about bird watching. And the rest totally, that means whole state is completely unknown almost. And we basically, for a bird watcher to come here, there is no infrastructure, there is no information, there are no guides to take people. Whereas if you see Arunachal Pradesh, tourism, the bird tourism is totally developed already. And state is earning almost millions of dollars every year just with bird tourism. Without rest tourism, we are not even talking about. So with Alan, it's my third trip with Alan here. And I wanted to see this bird. And this was my 7th trip to Meghalaya, but I couldn't find that bird. But yesterday, Alan suggested us a place, and through a friend we reached there. And we found the bird within, I think, a minute or two. We played the call of the bird, and within a minute it was there. So that is actually like, when we talk about bird watching tours, people from all around the world or India would like, it's always their target to find rare species and difficult species. And if you're talking about tawny-breasted grand rattler, that is completely endemic to Meghalaya. Means nowhere else in the world you can see that bird. So in longer run, means the idea is like every bird watcher has to come to Meghalaya. But the circuit is not decided. The routes are unknown. There are no guides to tell. There is no accommodation to stay. So. Steve came in from US and we were doing a trip to Arunachal Pradesh, and then I called up Alan that we would like to do a short exploratory trip to Meghalaya. And we came in, and within 3 days, 3 nights we spent here, and we saw almost 120 plus species. And I think we have missed we must have missed at least 30 species. Because it's a new destination for us, and the calls were difficult for us. And as you know, as I told you, there are no records, there is no information there.
I just want to say that as a sport, as a pastime or a hobby, bird watching or birding is just growing exponentially around the world. It's the fastest growing hobby in the world today. And so I think getting ahead of the curve and kind of taking on board that you have a very special bird here, that the potential for bird watching groups and individuals, and especially bird photographers coming out here, is huge. The bird in question, I mean, we're talking about this one bird. We really should have a picture of it, but maybe I should just describe it. It's about this big. It is the size of a ping pong ball, and it's tiny. It's a brown colour, but it's intricately patterned with all sorts of scaly patterns, all over it. It's kind of beige and brown, but it's beautiful. And it hides amongst the rocks and ferns and will just like pop out and then hide back again. So it lives mostly in just kind of, near a waterfall, underneath ferns. And so I think for all of us, you should have just seen the smiles and whoops of joy when we got to finally see it. This is a dream come true. And like Gaurav said, for visiting bird watchers, whether they're from India or the US, from the UK, wherever, having a central bird like that to focus on is just so important. That's what's going to draw people to this beautiful state. But also what we were doing with, looking around the area and checking it out for other species, it's a long way to come just for one bird. And so you want to have that whole assortment of cool stuff to see. And that's what we were running into. I mean, we had a beautiful flock of broadbills just come whooping by us, and then we ran into a bamboo partridge, which is super unusual to see. I mean, we had such a variety of things. And one of the really cool things about this area is just the road systems, how you'll be up on the table, up on the plateau, and then they go all the way down to the Bangladesh border. And so you're covering a real elevational range. And you get all different birds as the habitat changes. And just within a couple of hours, you can see a huge range of species. So from my perspective, just seeing how all the vegetation and the birds changed very quickly was really exciting.
We got around 120 species. Tony belly wren babbler was the star species, obviously. And we missed on one species which is also very critical to this area. It's called dark rum swift, or earlier it was known as Khasi Hill swift. It's a small black bird you will see on